Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the first trimester update. I've been getting quite a bit of DMs asking to do this. I wasn't really sure how much of this pregnancy I should really put on YouTube, just because I feel like maybe, I don't know, people are not really interested, but I have been getting quite a bit of messages, so I decided to share with you kind of what I went through in my first trimester. I'm now in my second. I'm 17 weeks, and how I felt, what I ate, the vitamins I take, things that help me with nausea. So I found out that I was pregnant probably when I was like 2 weeks in, which is really early, and I had to keep it a secret from Gary because I wanted to surprise him for his birthday, which was very difficult to do because I have never felt so ill in my life. I was nauseous from the moment I opened my eyes to the moment I closed them. I've never experienced that before with any of my other pregnancies, which was really weird. And obviously everybody was like, oh, it's a girl, it's for sure a girl. Well, it's not a girl. So just debunking all these like myths about the way your stomach looks or how you carry or if you're nauseous or not. So all of that is really, guys, it ain't science, okay? I was very nauseous and it was very difficult for me to function on a daily basis. Every morning Gary would wake up and I would like pretend everything's fine. The minute he walked out of the house and Emma would come into work or anyone else would come in, I would just be like, the minute he left the house, I was like, okay guys, everyone needs to go home, because I was so out of it. I also went off a little bit of social media, and especially because I tried to keep it a secret as long as I could. So that was very difficult, but I basically told Gary when I was like a month and a half or even like 2 months pregnant. It really, like, I've never kept a secret like that in my life. It was very hard. But I do have a video of Gary opening his birthday present. It was my pregnancy test. So it was really cool. It was pretty cool. I'm gonna try to put a footage of that together and post it. I think you guys will like it a lot. So yeah, so that was my birthday present for him, and it was such a relief once I told him, because then I could actually just like really embrace the misery I was feeling. We did plan on number 3, so it wasn't a surprise. I mean, I'm super happy and I feel very blessed and grateful. Pregnancy is a beautiful thing, and every time you go through it, it does really feel different. I was 23 when I was pregnant with Jakey, 22, and I was 23 and 24 when I delivered when I was pregnant with Benny. So I have to say that both pregnancies, Jake and Ben, were pretty similar, also because they were really close together and my body didn't really change that much. But I have to say that this pregnancy was different, and I know that I'm still young. I'm 27. Having kids this young is amazing, but with every year you do feel your body changes, and I do feel a difference in just the way I carry in general and the amount of energy I have. I think it's just kind of reflective on, you know, the lifestyle or kind of the workload that I have, so it really depends. So we did find out that it's a boy, in case you didn't watch our pregnancy announcement. If you didn't, I'm gonna put it here or here, somewhere there. It was really funny because the boys are awesome, but they're super excited, and Jack keeps reminding me that October 7th there's gonna be a new addition to the family, in case I forget. So let me get right into the vitamins that I started taking. I started taking prenatals way before I obviously got pregnant. I recommend women that are planning on get pregnant even to start like a year before, just so you'll start kind of building up that storage of vitamins and nutrients in your body. That's the way I view it, and a lot of doctors recommend it as well. So I started taking vitamins probably about maybe 8 months to a year ago, and I started with this, the Perfect Prenatal Multivitamin, and this is by New Chapter. This is with organic vegetables and herbs. It's suitable for vegetarians, in case you are one. This one is a little tricky because this one you need to take 3 times a day, which I'm usually a little like blah about it. I prefer to take just one, but a lot of the really good ones, they do require you to take a few throughout the day. So I'm just, for me, just before I eat, I always have them with me. When I travel, I'll just pack 3 for each day with me. At this point, it became kind of a, you know, a routine, so I don't even notice it. So I've been taking this, And I'm also taking probiotics. This is specifically HMF Maternity from Genestra. Genestra is a great brand, by the way. So this just helps with intestinal and digestional health. It helps to build gut flora. It helps with your immunity. When we're pregnant, our immunity does go down, so you want to make sure that we are trying to protect our bodies as much as we can. This honestly is a maternity one, but you guys don't have to take a maternity one. Before this one, I was taking just a regular one. So this one has 10 billion. So you can just use a 10 billion one just to maintain a good gut flora and make sure to provide your body the strains and the probiotic to keep you going. So this is what I've been taking. And then the last thing that I've been taking is fish oil. So I have to say, not a lot of change in my supplement routine. Instead of prenatals, I was taking before a multivitamin, I was taking probiotic, and I'm taking cod liver oil. And this is just a source for EPA and DHA, and it has a naturally occurring vitamin D. I've been using the Carlson cod liver oil supplement for a long time now, and I have to say, I swear by it. I mean, fish oil is so important for our brain. It's so important for our skin and hair and just our body, and just like to make sure that our body is functioning properly. So I've been pretty loyal to this brand for 4 to 5 years now, so I still keep taking it. It's lemon flavor. I can't say it's the most amazing feeling in the world, and I have to say that in my first trimester was even a little bit harder just because I was nauseous. So just smelling fish oil was a struggle, but when I couldn't do it, I would just take just like capsules of fish oil, and otherwise I went back to this. I prefer liquid just because, to me, I feel like it absorbs faster in our body. Like, it doesn't need to break any outer shells or anything, so it just kind of absorbs faster. That's my train of thought, and that's why I've been doing cod liver liquid for a while. And my kids also take liquid one. It was a long struggle to get them used to it, but now they don't complain. It also tastes like bubblegum, but like fishy bubblegum. So the next thing that I've been using quite a bit is this pregnancy tea. This is from Traditional Medicinals, and this is a caffeine-free herbal tea. In general, I was relying quite a bit on teas during the first trimester. It was very hard for me to stop drinking coffee because I was really in the swing of like, I just wanted good coffee. And sometimes I do drink maybe half a cup or 1 cup a day, but I don't drink it every day just because I feel like I became quite a bit more sensitive to it. I don't want to overburden my nervous system, so I've been kind of cutting caffeine off. So I've been shopping for a lot of different teas, and I've been using some quite good companies, and as long as they're herbal, they don't have to be specific pregnancy. I've been using mint tea for after meals just to help with digestion. I like this one, pregnancy tea, if I just want, you know, during the day to drink some tea. The taste is kind of sweet and has a spearminty type of flavor to it, and it has raspberry leaf, nettle leaf, and a blend of spearmint, fennel, rosehip, alfalfa, lemon, blah blah blah. It's good. And now that it's getting warmer outside, I'm just gonna be steeping it and drinking it as iced tea. That's been pretty helpful. I did try to get into drinking some ginger teas, especially when I was really nauseous, and it helped at times, but sometimes just drinking the tea was too overpowering, so I kind of stayed away from it. So to help with my nausea, I basically relied on food. The only time I wasn't nauseous it's when I was eating. And I have to say that my first trimester, my diet was a wreck. It was all over the place. My skin also responded accordingly. I think my hormones were like, they were not in a good place in their lives. I was eating a lot of just fried and easy, you know, stuff, like a lot of takeouts, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just felt like, to me, I just craved greasy, gross food, and I don't regret it. It made me feel great for like while eating it, but then it was like, ugh. But as I mentioned, my skin reacted to it, and I just felt very sluggish and lazy. So once I started feeling a little bit better, I kind of went back into more smoothies and incorporating more healthier options, less fried, and that really kind of started showing up on my skin as well. So I'm happy about that. But to save me from my nausea attacks, especially when I was on the road, I would have these guys, which is these are ginger snaps. It's by Shasha. These are just like biscuits, it's cookies. You don't have to necessarily even buy these. I'm sure that there's so many versions out there now of ginger cookies, but it really helped because it wasn't very overpowering ginger taste or smell, but it had the right amount to just kind of bring down the nausea and made me feel a little better. So I had these with me quite a bit, and I was also always had some kind of crisp bread. This is a rye one. I've been eating it for a very long time, and this is high source of fiber, so I always had it in my bag to make sure that I'm not starving. And just like crackers or crisp bread like that, how do you call it? Not, this is a whole grain rye crisp bread. Why do they call it a crisp bread? What is it? Crackers. Anyway, so just having crackers in my bag, these cookies, a banana, just anything to really kind of make sure that once I start feeling that wave, I could just like put in, we're good to go. I didn't throw up at all, actually. It was just like that lingering nausea feel, you know, when you're like really hungover. So that's how I felt every single day. Blah. And I think that's the reason why I don't miss drinking alcohol at all, because all I keep remembering is that feeling. So that's what I've been using for my nausea. And then I think just staying hydrated. I drink a lot of water. I got really into like sparkling water, like the San Pellegrino. I really needed something with citrus, so I would have some San Pellegrino with like lemon squeezed into it. It really helped with just like soothing the nausea and just refresh my body. Regarding the belly, so a lot of you guys message me about, you know, which oil should I use for stretch marks or anything like that. So first of all, the thing with stretch marks is it is genetics, so you have to be realistic about what is happening. You do have some control over it with the weight gain and just like, you know, the hydration, how you hydrate yourself inside and out, but the genetics plays a big part of it, so be conscious of that. My mother actually had really bad stretch marks when she was pregnant with me, but she also gained a lot of weight. I gained with Jakey and Benny about 25 to 30 pounds, which was a healthy weight, and that's kind of my aim for this pregnancy as well. I had both of them, you know, were born healthy, not underweight, and I thought that in general it was a very kind of good place for my body where it supplied all the nutrients and everything, and I still felt good about myself. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for this pregnancy as well, about 25 to 35, the range of that gain weight. But I'm just gonna give this baby what it needs, and we'll just take it from there. So regarding the stretch marks, so drinking a lot of water obviously is very important to hydrate yourself. Now regarding oils or moisturizers, so I've mentioned this one, Coco Kind, which is a golden elixir. This is actually just like for body hair, for face, but I started using it on my body as my body oil and on my tummy because it really absorbs really nicely. And this is an organic, super clean one. I use it as a daily moisturizer, and I feel like it does a really great job. Also, it absorbs pretty fast, so I don't have to wait for, you know, a long time before I get dressed. I don't want to stain all my clothes. And then there's the bio oil, which has been something that a lot of pregnant women have been swearing by. Bio oil you can find at any conventional drugstore. This has apparently a breakthrough ingredient. I've used it with my other pregnancies. With Jake and Ben, I got like 1 to 2 stretch marks. We were in bed and they faded away quite a bit. The reason why they also faded away is that I kept using it. So after the pregnancy, I kept using oils that will, you know, heal the stretch mark, and slowly it kind of faded away, the colors especially. So that was a big help. So please don't forget that even after your pregnancy, you still have to take care of your body and make sure that you're nourishing the skin so it can go back to, it's not gonna go back to what it was, but it's gonna go back to something similar. So these two is kind of what I use. I'll use this at night mostly, and this I'll use after the shower, during the day. I mix them both. There's so many versions of all of these belly oils and butters and all of that stuff, so I think that it's really kind of a personal preference to see what agrees with you, if you like a certain smell or certain texture, but these two are my favorite ones, and I'll be using it throughout my pregnancy. I started moisturizing very early on, and I think that helps just to kind of build that elasticity in my skin. And that's it. Regarding any other supplement or superfood that you guys maybe saw in my previous videos before I was pregnant, like maca or spirulina, things that I would use in smoothies usually, I don't use them now just because it just doesn't have enough research for the effects of it on pregnancy. With maca, it does play a role with the hormones, so I don't want to do anything there. I don't want to take anything that will do anything with my hormones, so I kind of put that away. And then the spirulina is an amazing supplement, but it does have the detoxifying effect. Because it hasn't been studied enough to show, you know, what that detoxifying process can do when you're pregnant, I just prefer to avoid it. But otherwise, that's it. I still use my regular protein powder. I use everything pretty much the same thing. Regarding diet, I'm being conscious that pregnancy does require some vital minerals and vitamins like iron, folic acid, zinc, and all of these you can find in a lot of food sources. And there are supplements for it, but honestly, there's already some in my prenatal. But just to really bring those vitamins from good produce is always my preference. So just eating things that you know are high in those type of vitamins and minerals to help your baby grow is amazing. That's really how I do it with the diet. It's not very strict, just keeping in mind that I want to obviously get the most nutrients inside of me, and that's it. I'm really excited to keep growing and getting rounder and bigger. Gary loves me when I'm pregnant, so that's good. So far, I am 17 weeks. I gained about 10 pounds, mostly all belly. We'll see how it goes. But now I'm slowly getting into exercising. Obviously, needless to say that the first trimester, I barely moved, but now I'm getting back into it slowly and surely, just by walking as much as I can, and I'm doing Pilates once or twice a week, and that's it. I'm just really trying to listen to my body and enjoy this pregnancy. I'm not too worried about stretch marks or gaining weight. I kind of know what I would like ideally to happen, but I just really want to focus on being happy and positive and having like a nice environment for this baby to grow. So that's really it. This is my first trimester update. We haven't started with anything regarding the baby. Like, I think I missed some of my appointments to the doctor. We've been really busy, but that's what happens when it's not your first child. You're a little less like, you're a little more nonchalant about it. We haven't bought anything, we haven't done anything, we haven't decided on names. I think it's time though to start. We're like 23 weeks away from welcoming this child into the world, so 23 weeks is not a long time. Yeah, but this is it. I'm happy to be back to work and to doing things and moving and feeling good. So regarding the app, I've been using the Ovia pregnancy app just to track. I don't really read anything. I just want to see what kind of fruit he is this week. That's really it, to be honest with you. There's some baby development stuff and things that you should know about your body, like frequent urination. Yay! But otherwise, that's really what I'm tracking here. I remember with Jake, I was like reading everything and I had to what to know and expecting and blah blah blah. It's fine. I know enough. And that's it, you guys. I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll answer all of them. Yay! So if you're pregnant, congratulations. And if you're just interested in this video, then thank you for watching. I love you guys. Bye.